Election day just 4 days away, and the stakes could not be higher.
Yeah, voters have already turned out in record numbers all across Tennessee. But what might that mean for key races? Here's News Channel 5's Chris Conti.
If one were to write the political soundtrack of state politics right now, might we offer up J.V. Montgomery as its composer? With so much at stake, so much noise, just listen, if just for a moment.
I like to liken improvised music or free jazz to what democracy needs to be, and that's everybody talking and listening at the same time.
It only seemed appropriate today that JV was playing in the shadow of the state capitol, one of two statewide offices up for grabs, and part of the reason why a record 1.3 million people have voted early.
I think it says people are tired of throwing their hands in the air. Maybe people are tired of saying, there's nothing I can do.
Then, of course, there's that other race, the one hotly contested Senate race between Phil Bredesen and Marsha Blackburn.
We appreciate your help.
I love fixing things.
Both released their final campaign ads this week.
Marsha Blackburn will stand with Trump.
Let's just take a moment and appreciate that.
I think people are fired up largely because I think it's the political parties.
Nathan Griffith is a political science professor at Belmont. He won't make any hard predictions based on early voting numbers, and here's why.
There's always a question as to whether is early voting, to what extent does it add to the voting turnout? Is it people who would not otherwise have voted? To what extent does it just displace it?
Turnout Tuesday, he says, will be key. And if turnout in urban districts is down, expect that to not be good news for Carl Dean or Phil Bredesen.
So parties need voters to turn out. They need their voters to turn out.
So the more voices we have, maybe the more ears we'll have as well.
This campaign season filled with so much noise, perhaps a more soothing song is on the horizon.
Original piece, The March of Democracy.
Chris Conti, News Channel 5.
Chris, thank you. Marsha Blackburn, Phil Bredesen, Bill Lee, and Carl Dean, they're all going to be crisscrossing the state this weekend, making final pitches to undecided voters. Even President Trump, seeing how close that Senate race is, he's scheduled to make one final stop here in the volunteer state.